Coronavirus vaccine is something the entire world is waiting for, and India might have the chance to develop a potent vaccine even before the other developed countries like America or China. Nowadays, mostly everything is made in China, but contrary to this tradition, COVID-19 vaccine is most likely to be made in India. Yes, even now in India, various companies are already making millions of doses of COVID-19 test vaccines, and if things go right, we might be able to get the real one soon. There's one thing I want to share. Today is my birthday, and on this special occasion, I wanted to send out some positivity from my end to the world as much as I can. And trust me, at the end of this video, you will not be disappointed. This video will tell you how the world is going to develop the fastest vaccine ever. Desperate times needs desperate measures. This is the perfect analogy for today's times. As of today, 30th April 2020, COVID-19 has infected over 3 million people around the globe, and it's looking like it's not going to stop soon until we find a solution. To deal with this situation, we need to develop a potent vaccine as fast as possible. This is why around 80 companies are trying to develop a vaccine to fight against this coronavirus pandemic, and India is among one of them. A vaccine usually takes 4 to 5 years to develop, but this is a pandemic we are dealing with. With every passing second, a life is being lost somewhere around the globe due to COVID-19. So the world is trying to develop the vaccine around 5 times faster. How is this speed even possible? This must be the first question arising in your mind. Well, COVID-19 is similar to other coronaviruses which arose in the past like SARS and MERS. FYI, coronavirus also belongs to the family of SARS virus. In the past, vaccine trials were made during the SARS-1 epidemic and already passed many of the steps for developing a vaccine, but were abandoned as these viruses went away on their own. Since we already have the important data and genome of the coronaviruses arose in the past, using the previous data, the governments are allowing COVID-19 scientists to experiment to their heart's content to develop a potent vaccine. University of Oxford is already testing the COVID-19 test vaccine on around 1,000 individuals, and they hope to develop a proper vaccine at the end of 2020, maybe even before that if things go well. This might be the fastest vaccine ever developed in the history of mankind if the test vaccine is a success. But this is not the end of our problems. Even if the test vaccine is a success, we need to produce those vaccines in large amounts, not just in thousands or lakhs, but rather billions of them, and that too in the shortest amount of time. Because the more we take time to develop the vaccine, the more humanity suffers. And that's where India comes in. India is the pharmaceutical hub of the world, and it has the largest pharmaceutical company in the world as well, the SERUM Institute of India, which has the capacity to produce around 1.5 billion vaccines each year, much more in comparison to the United States or even China. And this is just the beginning of the good news I promised to give before starting this video. India can produce vaccines not just in numbers but also at the cheapest rates possible. India has the capacity to produce vaccines at an average price of 1,000 rupees. Just 1,000 rupees to save a precious life. Now that's what I call an amazing feat. This is the reason why Oxford gave India their test coronavirus vaccine. And right now, India is making around 40 million of the test vaccines to test them, without even knowing they will work or not. The CEO of the Serum Institute of India, Mr. Adar Poonawala, said, "I will bear the risk and the cost of this decision, as I want to fight this pandemic and do everything possible I can to tackle this situation." Right now, India is under the largest ever lockdown imposed in the history of planet. Approximately 1.3 billion people are forced to stay at home and help break the chain of this pandemic. Once again, we have been put in a situation where the whole humanity can only survive if we all come together and help break the chain of this coronavirus. Defeating corona isn't easy, but trust me, together we can. I won't ask you to subscribe or even like this video, but it's my earnest request to each and every one of you watching this video to must share it with your loved ones so that every Indian can feel proud about this news as much as we are. Thank you.